As promised in my last video, I'm going to show you guys every single dividend stock that paid me for the month of May, explain exactly how I track my dividends on a daily basis, and I'm also going to break down exactly what I do with my dividend earnings once I receive them. Hi guys, my name is Dennis, and in this channel I talk about personal finance as well as my continuous journey to financial freedom. So I don't know if you noticed by now, but I'm brand new to YouTube since I only started publishing my videos about a month ago. But when it comes to finance, I've been watching finance videos on YouTube for the past 4 years already. Watching finance videos for all these years made me want to start my own finance YouTube channel for a while now. But unfortunately, because I was in full-time school for several years, I couldn't commit to that responsibility. But now that I'm out of school, I'm finally able to share my financial journey with you guys. So if you're new to this channel, welcome. Now, in my previous video, I spoke about what I'm going to be doing with my investments during this very uncertain time in the market. And like I mentioned before, in that video, I came to the conclusion that I needed to start making monthly dividend breakdown videos about my dividend incomes. I feel like this is a great idea because, first of all, I can keep my audience updated with my dividend incomes on a monthly basis. And second of all, I feel like this is a great idea because I can keep myself accountable so that when I look at my dividend income next May, I can compare how much I gained. Alright guys, so let's get right into it. So I just logged into my Robinhood account, and the first thing you need to do is press on the little person icon on the bottom right hand of your screen. And once you press that, there's going to be all of your general information that pops up. So the next thing you need to do is press the 3 line icons on the left, on the top left of your account. Press on that, and then you go to history. So over here in history, you can see all of your transactions that you already completed, as well as all of the pending transactions that you still have. Now the next thing that you do is you press on the all types on the top, and then change it to just tracking dividends. So once you change that, everything that appears on your screen is only dividend related. So let's see, let me scroll down all the way to the beginning of May, and now I can see all of the companies that paid me dividends just for the month of May from beginning to end. Now there is a total of 9 companies that paid me for May. Now the first company that paid me is actually AT&T. AT&T paid me a total of $4.30. And the second company that paid me is AG&C, and they paid me a whopping 36 cents. Now the third company that paid me is actually Apple. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that's one of my favorite companies to own. But the problem with Apple is that they pay a very, very low dividend. So I think it was around 0.62%. When you compare that with a company like AT&T pays around almost 9% in dividends. Now you guys might be asking me, why don't I just invest all of my money into AT&T since they pay such a high dividend rate? Well, it's because when you look at AT&T's history, it's been only trending sideways throughout the many years. But when you look at a company like Apple, its growth has been tremendous throughout the many years. Now I know I'm not getting much dividends with Apple, but I know if I stay consistent with it, then it's gonna grow in the long term. Now the fourth company that paid me in May is O, which is Realty Income. They paid me a total of $1.32. So with Realty Income, I actually like to diversify my portfolio because it actually counts as a REIT. And a REIT is a real estate investment trust. Now the fifth company that paid me is NNN, which is National Retail Properties. So that's the same as O, which is a REIT. NNN paid me $1.40. Now the sixth company that paid me is HRL, and it paid me 30 cents. The next company that paid me is Prospect Capital, which paid me $2.13. The company after that is PEY, it paid me 22 cents. And the last company that paid me in May is SPHD, which is one of my favorite ETFs to own. SPHD paid me $1.72. So these are the 9 dividend companies that paid me for the month of May. Now the next thing that I want to mention is that when you scroll through my dividends, you see that some companies are reinvested and some companies are not. So that's actually your own personal option. You can reinvest in some companies, you can reinvest your dividends in some companies, and you can not reinvest your dividends in others. It's up to you. For example, you can see next to AT&T that this dividend has been reinvested. So once you click at AT&T, you can see the announcement date of your dividend, you can see the dividend payment date, and you can see the dividend reinvestment date. So you can also at the bottom, you can see the total amount reinvested and exactly how much shares it was reinvested in. And all the way on the bottom, you see an edit dividend reinvestment button. So once you click on that, it brings you to another part of the menu when you can actually choose exactly which company you want to reinvest back in itself. I think that's called DRIP. Yeah, as you can see at the very top, it says dividend reinvestment, DRIP, automatically reinvest your dividends. So you can select exactly which company you want to reinvest. And the reason why I deselected some of these companies is because when I invested in them, I wasn't really sure if I wanted to invest in them again. For example, when I bought Disney, it was actually paying dividends, but now I don't think it's paying any dividends, so I deselected that. And when it comes to a company like AGNC, it actually is paying a very, very high dividend. But for me, I think it's a little bit too risky at the current moment. So I deselected that so that I can take that dividend and reinvest it into a company that I actually trust, like Apple or AT&T. So when you scroll down throughout your dividend reinvestment page, you can see all of the stocks that you own and whether you like it to reinvest back into itself or not. Also, when you scroll all the way back up, you see a dividend reinvestment and a green button next to it. So you can actually deselect it and select it to choose all of the stocks that you have to reinvest back into itself. So if you want to do that, you can do that. Now, if you go back a couple of times, and you go back onto the person icon and press the lines on the very top again, you can click on the investing tab, scroll almost all the way down, and you can actually see that same exact place, the edit dividend reinvestment button. So you click on that and it brings you to exactly that same page where we just were. So now that I showed you guys exactly which company paid me for the month of May, I actually want to show you guys exactly how I track my dividends on a monthly basis. So I've been buying dividend paying companies for the past few years, but I only recently started to actually track my dividends. I'm actually going to pull up my dividend tracker spreadsheet that I created for you guys to see right now. And as you can see, for the month of May, I earned $13.15 in 2022 once you combine all of these 9 dividend company payments together into one. Now, going back to the chart, you can see that I actually lost a little bit of dividend income from 2021 May to 2022 May. I personally think that this happened because all of the drops that we're seeing in the market today. Since most of the companies that I own are dividend stocks and most of them actually fell in value, then the dividend that I was getting from these companies were actually less in value as well. But if you look at this chart again, from January to May of 2021, I earned a total of $70 in dividends. And when you look at that same time period from January to May of 2022, I actually earned $100 worth of dividends. So if you look at it like that, I actually earned $30 more in the past 5 months than I did in January to May of 2021. And by the way, if you guys are interested in using my dividend tracker spreadsheet that I created, I'll leave a link down below in the video description where you can press file, make a copy, and name it whatever you want to name it so that you can start tracking your dividend incomes today. And if you're finding this video helpful in any way, don't forget to press the like button down below so that you can help this video spread to more people. Now, most of the dividend companies that I own actually pay out their dividends quarterly. So this means that March, June, September, and December are going to be higher paying months for me. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you won't miss my June dividend income report, which is the second quarterly report for this year. Now, I'm very new to these type of videos, but if you're enjoying it so far, let me know in the comments down below so that I can continue making these type of videos. And you can also check out this video right here where I talk about exactly what I'm going to be doing with my investments during this very uncertain time in the market. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.